Alright, so we're going to look at a couple of items now. Idling, stopping, and driving, counting the stops. We can accomplish a lot of this in our trip history. So again, here's where we come to look at driving activity for a given day. Oopsie. June 28th. So we pick our device. So I've just chosen a single day at random here. We're showing the driving activity, when a vehicle leaves, how long they drive for, what time they arrive at the location, how many kilometers they drove, how long they stopped for, when they arrived at that location, and then the address. Now, I can select one or two or some of these here. I'm just holding down the shift key and clicking. I can hold down the control key to turn or select and non-select here. But so if I want to select these three here, I'm going to click show. So I see the first stop, the second stop, the third stop. And then we have just an indication that the vehicle warning light is on, the engine warning light is on. This is an engine diagnostic code. That's what this star is telling us here. And then this particular star is telling us exactly what the engine diagnostic code is, the evaporative emission systems leak. Anyway, that's another video, but for now here we've shown the partial trip. If I don't select anything, I can go ahead and show the whole trip. So now that's just adding in the extra detail, which is all this extra activity right here. And we can go into, again, our reports, and I've created the Penguin Trip Detail Report. So again, we're going to load this into Excel, and we're going to have all of this information nicely broken out for us. Start time, stop time, location, how long they drove for, how long they stopped for, the amount of distance that was driven, their maximum speed, and then how much idling was done. So then the total for June 28th is all the information right there. And then the total for this vehicle. And again, if we're looking at multiple vehicles, we're going to subtotal the vehicle, we're going to subtotal the whole fleet. So how many different days, how many different vehicles you want to put in here, it's all going to get broken out individually, so you'll see the totals. We can go into our options here, and we can exclude stops over, and I set it to 300 minutes because that's 5 hours. So if you have work vehicles on jobs longer than 5 hours, you may want to increase this, but I feel that that's a pretty good setting. And if this isn't what's showing up in your system, then by all means change it to 300, and that's fine. So now we're going to exclude stops over 300 minutes. Go back into our report, go into our detail report, and now we've excluded the stop at the end of the day. So that shows us that this vehicle has stopped 5 times throughout the course of the day. It actually stopped 6 times, but the 6 times was the last stop at the end of the day. So this is a way just to see the stops, again, by filtering out that 300 minute exception, or making the exception for the 300 minutes. So here we've looked at idling, and we've looked at how long a vehicle drives and how long a vehicle stops for. This is also shown in the time card report, summarized as in a single line, whereas in this report it's broken out stop by stop.